The man struggled to grab the ruler. He bit it open with his teeth, then took out a piece of gum and chewed it until it was soft, firmly sticking it to the tip of the ruler. He then extended the ruler into the septic tank. As the phone inside lit up, he hurried to try unlocking the phone, but the ruler was too flimsy. He couldn't control it precisely with just one hand. He failed 3 times in a row to unlock it, which caused the phone to lock for 1 minute. This made the man feel desperate. It turned out his arm had been pierced by a steel bar. If he didn't get help soon, he would eventually die from blood loss. Even worse, in less than an hour, the place was scheduled for demolition. As the chief architect of the project, the man knew that once the bomb exploded, not even a trace of him would remain. So as soon as that minute passed, he anxiously tried unlocking the phone again, but the more rushed he was, the more mistakes he made. The gum ended up sticking directly onto the phone's screen. The man cursed under his breath, reminding himself to stay calm. If he failed again, it would all be over. This time, he was extra cautious. Fortunately, the phone successfully unlocked. Overjoyed, the man immediately tried calling his wife, but his hand slipped, and the call accidentally went to his brother instead. Still, this turned out to be a good thing, because his brother was holding a press conference nearby and could arrive faster to rescue him. Once the call connected, the man quickly told his brother his location and situation. After hearing this, the brother's first question was if the man had called the police. When he found out he hadn't, he said he'd be right there. Not long after, the man heard his brother's car approaching. He shouted for help and kept banging on the cabinet, trying to get his brother's attention. But to his shock, his brother didn't come to save him. Instead, he covered the toilet with a green screen, completely blocking the view from outside. The man couldn't understand why his brother did that, was instantly gripped by fear. After a while, he gradually calmed down, thinking the police might be his only hope, so he dialed 911. But just as the call connected, before he could speak, the signal suddenly dropped. He frantically tapped the phone, but accidentally knocked it over. The man was completely hopeless in this situation. He had no idea what to do. With less than 30 minutes until the explosion, he decided to stop struggling, hung his watch beside him, and waited for death. Just then, he suddenly noticed a toolbox jammed next to the toilet. He clearly remembered there was a knife inside, so enduring the pain, he slowly twisted his body. The steel bar in his arm scraped against bone and flesh. The searing pain nearly knocked him out. Driven by his will to survive, he kept going, trying hard to stretch his foot under the toilet. Then, with a roar, he yanked the toilet off. Time passed. The man woke from unconsciousness, quickly tied his arm with a necktie to stop the bleeding for now. Then he opened the toolbox, found the knife, and started grinding at the toilet lock. After a few rubs back and forth, he reached out and felt a small notch on the lock. That meant the plan was working, so he increased the grinding speed. Then, with a crisp snap, the lock broke open. He pushed the toilet door with his foot, slowly moved the green screen aside, and jammed the ruler into the door gap. Next, he took off his pants, wrapped them around a tool hammer, lit it with a lighter, and made a makeshift torch. Right after that, he tossed the torch through the door gap, hoping the thick smoke from the fire would alert people at the press conference, but he quickly realized something was wrong. The torch landed too close to the toilet. The smoke was blowing right back inside. If this kept up, he'd suffocate before anyone noticed.